discussing the expansion of Davidge Park. And this evening, we have Mr. Joseph Fucci here to join us. And we thought I'll start with the Commissioner of DPW, Mr. Jacob Tuil.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good evening. Tonight, during the DPW committee meeting, we have architect Mr. Joe Fucci. He's the designer of the expansion for the Davidge Park. And usually the mayor and I, we try to update you on it. But now we thought it would be a good idea, the mayor thought it would be a good idea to invite him over here, invite Joe over here, and he can update you. And you can ask him the questions on any concerns you have about the progress or lack of progress or the expected completion date or whatever is on your mind. And this way, you know, you can hear it take it from the horse's mouth, I guess. So with that, I will turn it over to Mr. Fucci. I'll be here and the mayor is here to support if he needs anything from us.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Just to get started, I have a letter here which I just got this evening from the contractor. And what they're saying is the slit drain has already been ordered and has arrived on site. There's collector pipe which is going to be delivered between this Friday and Monday. And as soon as that is done, they will be able to remobilize, install the collector drain, subgrade the field, schedule and install the topsoil, install the slit drain and drainage system, and then install the curbing. And of course, there'll be more work after that. So based on this letter, I'm assuming and hoping that they'll be back on the job by Monday or Tuesday of the following week. Any questions? I'm sorry, can't hear you.
Question. I saw, excuse me, today I received a change order. And I guess I'm a little confused. Interior and exterior perimeter track curbing. Wouldn't that have been part of the original?
It should have been part of the original. It's my fault. When I measured the perimeter of the field, I overlooked the fact that it had to be multiplied by 2. And normally, during the bidding process, the contractors are supposed to bring errors and omissions to the attention of the architect. Of a half a dozen contractors who bid on the original and the 2 on the second bid, none of them brought it to my attention. I didn't catch it. It was also reviewed by the city. No one caught it. I hesitate to say that the contractor may have known about it at the time of bidding and didn't mention it until after they got the award. In any case, ultimately, it was my mistake. And so now that's the reason for the increase in the cost of the curbing, because there's twice as much. We tried to find a cheaper alternative, either with aluminum or rubber, but neither one of those turned out to be appropriate. So we have to go with the concrete, and that's the reason for the change order.
So do you feel that we should absorb the mistake?
Unless you want to have half of the curbing, I don't know what else to say.
Well,
You know, we all overlooked it, but ultimately it falls back to me because I didn't multiply by 2.
Jacob, any?
No, it's...
I mean, is this
normal
procedure?
Yeah.
I think Joe, coming forth and saying that he overlooked it is, it's true. But if he didn't overlook it, it would have been built into the cost. It's not like he made an error that cost us additional money. It would have been there anyway. So I think, I don't know, I appreciate your scrutiny of the project, but it's, I think the idea of, I don't know where you're going with. Do you think we should pay? I guess it's, if we don't pay for it, then we don't get it done. The inside of the track. I think it's an important part. I question too whether we can just not have the inside or the outside, whatever curbing that was there. But from what I'm being told by Jacob is that it's necessary to maintain the integrity of the track. It basically holds it in place, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so it holds the track in place, so it's money worth spending, so, but it would have been part of the cost. It's not like it was an error that is costing us extra money. It was just an error or an omission that we didn't pick up on.
So, a little confused. So the additional cost would be almost
I
$57,000?
think it was like 59, if I'm not mistaken, 56, okay.
56.8?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
all right, 57.
Do we have a timeline of when this project is going to continue full swing and be completed?
As I just explained from the letter, I'm hoping that they'll be starting again this coming week. They have assured me more than once, and I have to take their word for it, that they could be done within 5 weeks, assuming we don't run into any more difficulties. One of the issues with the previous change orders was the amount of construction debris that they were encountering. I mean, we all knew that there was construction debris there, but no one knew exactly how much they were going to encounter in excavating for the oval, for the track. And in the process of doing that, they became concerned that the increase in time and labor was going to hurt them, and they wanted to be sure that they would be covered for that. So there were some change orders made to handle that. A second issue was also how to deal with the removal of the unsuitable material, who was going to be responsible for that, and where it was going to go. So that was the main reason for all the delays that we've had up until now. There should be no more reason for delays, and we should endeavor, and I will endeavor, to make sure that they keep to that 5-week timeline to finish the project,
Is that weather permitted?
weather permitted.
Okay.
And also that we don't encounter any other unforeseen problems.
Does the Heritage Trail connect to that?
I believe it will be
No?
going through that area.
Okay.
That's going to follow,
No, it doesn't.
it's not going to follow the rail bed?
No, he's talking about the Heritage Trail. It's not,
It's not connected to the,
No.
okay, all right,
it's gonna pass by it, but
It's close by.
okay,
pass by it in Davish Park, in the main park.
okay, all
It's
right.
actually on the other side of the wetland? Or the
Yes.
lake, yes.
Anyone else have any question? No, Alderman Kleiner?
No, that, the mayor answered my question, because it didn't seem like it was adding anything to the cost. It's just something we didn't know would be there, but I didn't see so it wasn't in the original.
The cost was built in, we just didn't see
Estimate,
it.
but it would have, it's not adding anything. It would have been there anyway if you
Yes.
had, if it had been put in to begin with, so. That
Yeah,
was what I
it's-
was going to ask.
No, it's a good question. That's why I try to tell Mr. Massey it's a good question, but the question is, how do we go point forward now?
Yeah.
And we either not do it, which I think reduces the maintenance of the field. I mean, or add the change into the project and get it completed.
No, I'm definitely in
It's
favor of
it
going
certainly is
ahead
an
and doing
omission.
it.
I think Joe
Yeah.
said he's, and usually we had 6 contractors that bid on it also and overlooked it, but, it is what it is now, but,
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought it to our attention, and we're out in the public with it, and we're trying to be transparent on it, and so we know where the fault lies, but we know what the solution is, that we have to get it done.
Yeah.
So we need to move it forward.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Mayor. Commissioner, do you have anything to add to that?
No, hopefully, we had our issues with the contractor, with the GC, and we butted heads, and hopefully we're gonna stop butting heads, and hopefully it's gonna move forward smoothly. But we did have our issues, and hopefully from this point on, it's gonna go smoother, the project. So, if you have any other questions or concerns, because I know the entire council was, Dr. Johnson here, Kate in her ward, Alderman, the council president, they were always concerned about the progress or lack of the progress. So that's why we thought it's a good idea to bring Joe in here. You can hear it directly from him rather than us conveying the message, because he's the architect in charge of that project. So hopefully from this point on, he feels good about it, that from this point on, we're gonna have real progress. Yeah, so let's hope.
Are we gonna have additional parking?
There is parking in there. There is parking as part of the project, right?
parking for 100 cars.
Okay, all right. Additional to the extension, that's what the extension is all. Okay, all right.
The parking is obviously is just for the field, just for that local area.
Okay, all right. Anyone else have any questions, concerns?
So
Council President, okay?
we start in a week, say give it another week. 5 weeks is August 23rd. It'll be completed in 5 weeks.
Joe, you want to answer that?
I mean, because we're going to get close to.
This is what they're telling
sodding
me,
or Seeding, we're not sodding, we're seeding, right?
This is what they're telling me. I can't speak for them. They spoke for themselves. They told me they could be in and out in 5 weeks. I have to take them at their word. We'll have to see.
All the drainage done and completed already?
This is what they have to start. They have to do the drainage over the coming weeks.
Okay.
So as I just explained from their letter, they're going to be working on the slit drain, the collector drain, and then backfilling the grading, and then putting in the curbing. So obviously, then the asphalt and stuff will come after that.
Okay.
Any other questions?
One more question? Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Uchi.
you.
By the way, the city will be getting rid of that. Joe, he started talking about unsuitable material. The city will take it because he's gonna load us up, and if we have any issue with the contractor loading our trucks up, then we'll load ourselves up and take it away, the unsuitable material.
Right.
So we're trying to save on the cost of the project rather than charging. He was, what, $75 or something?
$75
A yard.
cubic yard.
Yeah, to take it out and another $55 to bring it in replacement, it adds up very quickly. So the city DPW will be taking the material out. We have a price from him per hour, so he can load our trucks if we need to. And if it becomes to be too much, then we'll get our machine over there, our excavator, and we can load our own trucks and haul the material away, the unsuitable material. But we still have to pay him $55 per cubic yard to bring fresh material in, which is called run bank gravel, to replace it.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Council President, are you okay with this?
I'll hear in 2 weeks.
Because you live across the street from it, and I know you've been.
What was it, October, November? You told me every 2 weeks. December, every 2 weeks. Now we're in
They
July.
gotta get started. They got started. They have a lot accomplished. They did accomplish a lot, but not to our satisfaction, because they stopped, what, a couple of weeks ago they stopped, Joe? About a couple of weeks ago they stopped because they said, the curb is missing or whatever. We need to agree on the curb. Well, the curb has nothing to do with it. You still have work to do. You can do a lot of stuff. But now Joe, he got another letter from them telling us that, hey, we got the material now. Now we can proceed and start installing the under drain system and so on. So they have delivery of the pipe. So we'll keep our fingers crossed. I'll believe it when I see it myself. But
Thank you, Commissioner. While I have you up, hey, Commissioner, are we making any progress on the cameras at the recycling center?
yeah, we had a price from. It was not inclusive price for about $12,000. John, he circulated that to everybody on the council.
Correct. We
The
did
mayor,
something.
you and I, subsequently, we met, and we said we're going to be discussing it a little bit further
Okay.
in there. But I do have my marching order from all of you guys. The minute, we're trying to still to get the prices. DPW will dig the trench for Rotolo. They're trying to firm up their prices. And I don't know if the mayor has different ideas for it, but that's where we are.
Yeah, $12,000 seems to be a lot of money.
Well, we have a study, the Cherry Road's going to be doing the study that you guys approved, our technology study. So we're going to slow it down a little bit so we can look at all different options for not only there, but the police department has some camera requests. We're looking at some security at the Paramount. That's going to be in the ARPA budget that I think I emailed to all of you, at least a request. We had a break-in at the Paramount, as you know, and we have a lot of valuable equipment in here. So rather than piecemeal camera systems, we're going to talk to our security people and let them give us an idea to what's the best way to go forward.
All right. Thank you, Mayor. Also, Commissioner, we had discussion about the stop sign at Beth Place and Hudson Ave. Are we making any progress on that? I know the last time we was waiting for the paperwork from the developer.
No, the road was dedicated and we're paving it even. It's our road now.
Okay, so once we do that, I guess we'll have the stop sign because we had already approved it.
We didn't pass it. We didn't pass the resolution. We did. Yeah, it
Passed
should
the
be up
resolution.
then.
But it's
That's-
not installed yet.
It's not?
No.
Yeah, then it's waiting for my guys to put it up because we're very busy. I'll update you about the paving right now.
Correct.
We're stretched very thin.
Correct.
But we'll put it up. Yeah, the road has been, we took ownership of it and we're paving it now. It's been milled and waiting to be paved.
Correct.
So, and if we pass the we passed it, John, right? Yeah.
Yes,
John
we
is
did,
saying
yes.
we passed it. So that's it. It's all done.
But I gotta say, you do have a lot on your plate and you guys been doing a wonderful job with the paving and everything else that's going on around the city. So I know you got a full plate, but
Thank you.
But I'm just keeping my eyes on you.
Thank you, sir.
Go
You're
ahead, Sparrow.
the
Commissioner,
chairman. You're the leader of DPW.
the sidewalks look great on Dulce Avenue.
Yes,
I
yes,
never
yes.
saw the plan, though. I was just wondering, is there any plan to deal with, like, going from the Muffler Place to past Key Bank? Like, where, are there sidewalks going in there? I know it's near the railroad tracks.
Yes, we're going to, we stopped from any signalized intersections. We stopped like 250 feet from the signalized intersection. We left it as it is.
Oh, 'cause that's part
Because
of the
that's
federal
under
money?
the traffic operation.
Oh, all right.
That's gonna be put out for bid, hopefully by the end of the month or
That's a
early
different pot
next
of money?
month.
That's-
I'm sorry?
that's a different pot of money.
Different,
Oh,
yes,
okay.
exactly.
All right, all right.
So that's why from
that's-
any
that's fine.
signalized intersections, we stop 250 feet in either way because that's covered under the new project.
What's the plan, though? Is it going to go down the right or the left for the
What's
sidewalk there?
that? From where to where?
Across the tracks, near the Muffler, near the Rite Aid there, and the Key Bank?
I believe it's on both sides.
Both sides, okay.
Yeah, both sides, but we're not going against the pools, that steep hill.
Right,
The
right.
pool place, we're not going there.
So it's gonna be
just
on
gonna
Key
be on
Bank
Key
side?
Bank side.
Oh, all right, okay.
Yeah, and you'll have the pedestrian crossing and everything like that, so you'll be able to move around.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yep.
Go ahead, Alderman Kleiner.
Jacob, when they're finished with the renovations at the Paramount, what kind of crosswalk? You know, we talked about that years ago and we voted to move ahead with some kind of minimal raised crosswalk or something just to slow traffic down a little bit on South Street and to make it safer for people crossing from the parking lot. Do we have any plans? Are there any plans in the downtown plan for improving that crosswalk or at least doing something like Goshen does with the alternate bricks or just marking it in that way?
Yes, we do. You'll have all of our sidewalks, crosswalks now, they're gonna be concrete.
Yes.
Red colored concrete and stamped concrete, all of them. So everywhere you're gonna have with these signalized intersections, you're gonna have those stamped concrete. It's gonna look like the brick, like Goshen or whatever, all these places. That's what's approved by DOT, because I don't think, we looked into the brick, if you remember, Mayor, I think the brick was not approved by DOT, but the stamped concrete is the one that's approved by DOT. And this is funded by DOT. I don't know what Goshen, where they get their money from, but this is what,
They do the same thing, stamp concrete.
oh, they got stamped concrete to Goshen, but some people, they have bricks, but yeah, so Goshen has stamped concrete too, so we're gonna have similar.
Okay, so we will do that from the Paramount parking lot to the Paramount, you know, right in front of the Paramount's the one I'm talking about.
Paramount, I don't know about the Paramount. I'm talking about the intersections. I have to look about.
I know the intersections, but we talk specifically about the one in front of the Paramount and how fast.
We'll see if we can swing it. If we can put it in, we'll put it in, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm sorry? He's talking about the crosswalks for the Paramount.
Oh, but he knows we're doing a sidewalk and across the street, we're doing a curb cut, too.
Oh, okay.
The mayor, he's saying that we're including all new curbs and sidewalks along South Street in front of the Paramount and all that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, you're asking about the crossing.
Yes.
Pedestrian crossing. And we'll try to put it in there. I don't remember if it's there or not right now, but if it's not there, we'll do it. We'll try to do it.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Commissioner. All seriousness, I think your department and your crew is doing a wonderful job to the city. I
Thank you,
appreciate
sir.
all your help.
Sanitation trucks, well, we have a couple of minutes. We just one sanitation, one truck with the mechanical arm is already at the shop, at the dealership. So it's being cleaned up and almost ready. And we have 2 more that are coming shortly, so we're almost there.
Do you have pictures of the trucks?
I do have one picture. One of our guys went there to repair one of the old trucks,
Okay.
and he took a couple of pictures. I'll forward them to you in a few
Okay.
minutes.
All
I'll
right.
send it to everyone.
I appreciate it.
Yep.
Thank you, Commissioner.
They're not clear, but I'll send them anyway.
Okay,
Yep.
thank you.
Yes, sir.
Looks like this is it. It's 7:51. The DPW committee is now closed.